Hello everyone, welcome to MCS guys. So from today we'll learn new opening, Scouts opening. So I think many of you have heard about this opening. So we'll learn every variation of this opening. So in today's video we are learning Scouts opening variation of D6. Okay, let's learn this opening guys. Scouts is very powerful opening and we'll learn d6 variation in this, and I will cover all of the variation as I am also learning this opening, and I will share my learning method with you as that will help you also to grow the opening principle and understanding. Okay, scouts game start with e4, then opponent will play e5, and then simply we will develop our knight to c3. That is the correct way. If opponent develop his knight to c6, we'll simply giving the pawn here, d4. We'll play d4 in this opening. Like in this video, we are covering d6 variation of black, and we'll cover other variation in other videos. So keep stay. And if opponent play here d6, then after that, I think we'll just go here and pinning the knight here, isn't it? Which is a good idea. If opponent takes here, then we'll simply takes with the knight, double pressuring this knight here, isn't it guys? Then opponent, if she tries to like get rid of the pin, we'll simply develop our another knight, isn't it? So, and if opponent develop their another knight to complete their development, then we'll simply, I guess we'll just simply take here with the bishop, and if they need to take, if they take, after that I guess we'll simply go queen here in this variation. If they develop here, we'll simply push this pawn attacking this diagonal guys. If they take here, we can just sacrifice our knight here, and if they take, we'll just take. And here is chess.com is saying great job, way to get in some extra practice. Review next line. We'll cover next variation in other videos, but in this videos we'll only covering d6 variation. Okay, let's check on this description. E4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and d4. The starting position of the scouts opening black only good move is taking our d pawn. Okay, black only good move is there to taking our d pawn, but you sometimes meet the passive reply d6 to cover black's e pawn. We attack e5, which limits black option d6. Okay, d6 is a very passive move from black side, which is not a good idea, isn't it guys? So a passive move on black locks in their bishop and accept or disadvantage in space. This doesn't sound great, but reacting correctly to black setup is crucial. We want to ensure that black f8 bishop remains a problem, and that must be avoid capturing on e5, isn't it guys? So let's practice again. Okay, e4, e5, then this, and scouts game literally goes for d4, isn't it? So best move for them, as we read in the description, to take here, but they didn't take. This is a passive move, so we'll just pinning this, isn't it? So if they take, we'll just double pressuring on this. Okay, after that we'll develop our and the knight here. So after that we'll just simply take, I guess, isn't it? After takes, they will take with the pawn. So simply we'll go with the queen here, attacking here and threatening this and this, isn't it? Okay, we'll push, and if they take, we'll just sacrifice. They take, and we'll just take here. So this is the correct way. So here is the description. Let's d6. D6 to cover black's e pawn. Okay, a passive move black locks in there. After dx e5, dx e5, dx e5, knight x e5, knight x e5. So this is the variation of d6 guys. So we'll cover other another variation of scouts game in another videos. So I hope you like this video, And if you want me to continue this series, let me know in the comment section, guys. And thank you for watching the video till the end. So see you in the next videos, guys. Till then, bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to MCS Guides. So guys, in this video we are covering Queen S4 variation of Scouts opening, as we covered D6 variation in previous video, guys. So we are covering Queen S4 variation in this video. So let's continue with this video. So Scouts opening simply start with E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, and we are striking in the center with the D4. So here best move is to take that pawn on d4. In some variation we can see d6. So as I covered d6 variation in previous video, you can check that variation on my YouTube channel. So we are covering here Queen h4 variation after exchange of pawn on d4. So we'll simply take that pawn. In some cases we will see directly some dubious move of Queen h4, which is not particularly count as a good move, as bringing out Queen a in the opening is not a good idea, isn't it, guys? So opponent just play Queen h4. So first we'll just try to save that pawn with Knight c3, but they will play Bishop b4 and pinning our knight here. So we can't save that pawn technically. So we'll not try to save that pawn. Instead of, we'll just play Bishop a2 and simply try to castle. As after that they take the pawn with the Queen. So we'll simply try to play knight to b5 and threatening to fork there. So we are threatening to fork there, with the knight, threatening to winning the rook, isn't it, guys? So they will take the knight there with the bishop. They will like hoping for taking the bishop with knight back, and there is no longer threat with this move. So I guess that is the motive of that idea. But we'll simply take with the pawn, and we are simply planning to castle here. King d8 is the best move for black, because if they tries to save with the queen this fork, maybe we have this move, so there is no longer to save this, and they have to save their queen, isn't it, guys? So that is not a good idea. So they will simply tries to play king d8. So after that we will simply castle, and we have a better position, and black has not a better position, and black pieces are not developed fully. We have rook, castle, king, and we have rook is developed here in the center e-file. We'll planning to, and we have bishop here also in the future, but opponent pieces are not developed. My knight is on the in better position and in attacking position. So in this way we are getting a better position. After that we can simply go with the, like, if opponent play a6, try to kick out our knight, we can simply play bishop to f3, threatening to chasing the queen. So after they can go wherever, like they can go here, they can go here. Okay, in this variation, suppose they go there, then we have to save our knight, isn't it? So after exchange of knight, we can take with the queen, guys. So we are simply like dominating in the center with this variation. After this they want to develop their pieces, obviously, because their pieces was not developed fully. So we can play here bishop f4, attacking here in the center, and like that. So black has no such a good move if they play bishop. So if they play d6, so we can simply take that, and after that takes which is not a good idea for them. So in this way we can get a better position, guys. So after takes we can take, and there is a knight here and bishop here. We can even though go here. So in this way we can get a better position with the queen s4 variation if they play queen s4 variation. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, comment down in the comment section, or should I continue the another variation of Scouts opening? Do you want to see? Let me know in the comment section, guys, and thank you for watching the video till the end. See you in the next video. Bye bye. See you. Take care. Hello guys, welcome to Hemches. So guys, in this video we are continuing the series of Scouts opening Knight X D4 variation. If you missed the other video of my Scouts opening series, you can just check out it on my YouTube channel. So let's continue this variation, Knight X D4 variation, guys. Scouts opening simply start with E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6. We will strike in the center with the D4, and EX D4 is here. After Knight takes here, we are covering Knight X D4 variation, isn't it? in other videos we just cover something like d6 variation and queen h4 variation also. So in this video we are covering exchange variation knight x d4. After knight x d4 we will simply take with the queen, and we'll mainly it will like after queen x d4 it is mainly occur queen f6 or d6. So we are covering both variation of knight x d4. We'll cover queen f6 variation also, we'll cover d6 variation also. So first we'll cover queen f6 variation. After queen f6 we'll just simply push our pawns and attack the queen here. So most common move is here to black will try to exchange the queens and keep eye on this pawn. So we'll simply take the queen here, and the most probably a move of black here is to take with the a pawn to open up rook file, because taking with this pawn is getting nothing, because if you take with the a pawn it will activate rook. So his pawns are double anyway, so most probable move is there. Then we'll simply like activate our knight, developing our piece. So black most probable move is trying to pin our knight and making the double pawns. It is probably the most common move. So we'll just unpin that by preventing with the bishop d2. So black is also trying to castle here and developing his pieces. We'll simply push the pawn a3 here and knight x c3. We'll just take knight bishop x c3 here, and we are here clearly in better position. We don't have double pawns, and black pieces are not well developed here, because his bishop is still need to development, and our center pawn is very active and he need to castle, although we also need to castle, but our bishops are here great. So in that way you can get a great position in the opening. So this is knight x d4 variation 1. So we'll cover another variation of knight x d4, that is knight x d4 variation of d6 variation. In last previous variation we just covered queen f6 variation. So in this we'll cover d6 variation, what if d6. So these are the most common variation we'll see in the scouts opening. So they will try to develop their knight and try to castle. We'll simply play bishop f4, keep controlling on the center. So bishop e7, they will try to castle, and we'll simply castle to the queen side here in this position, and they will also castle king side. This is called imbalance in chess, guys. If like your opponent castle opposite sides than your so after this we'll play simply f3, trying to control the center, and bishop e6, they are also trying to develop their pieces. After this g4, and we are clearly we're in this position, like our pawns are in like attacking position, and black seems to be in trouble in this position if you really insist and play well in this position. So it's all about knight x d4 variation, guys. I hope you like this video, and comment down how was that, and thank you for watching the video till the end. See you in the next video of scouts opening. Hello everyone, welcome to MCS Guide. So guys, in this video we are covering Scotch game knight f6 all variation. I am covering all variation of Scotch game in this video. In previous videos I covered variation number 1 and variation number 2, but in this video I'll cover all variation. So let's look for all variation of Scotch game. Let's look from the beginning of knight f6 variation. Okay, this is variation number 2, this is variation number 1. Okay, let's look for the beginning, guys. So Scouts game start with e4, e5, knight f3, and knight c3, and we strike in the center d4, exchange. We exchange the pawn, and here is after knight takes on d4, they will develop knight f6 as we are covering knight f6 variation. So this is the knight f6 variation. So we'll just take in knight f6 variation, and they will take with the b pawn. Obviously they don't want to trade the queens and destroy their castling, most probably. In some rare cases we can see d takes the pawn. So we'll push the pawn, and this is the move knight d5. We'll push the c4, and we are opening up our bishop and ready for castling. So bishop d3 and bishop c5. Bishop c5 is coming, and we are just bringing out queen g4. Queen g4 attacking the g7 pawn. Here is main idea. So black has many weaknesses here. Black need to defend this pawn here, which is kind of terrible here. Okay, let's look into deep of this. And castling here, let's look for the black option. If black get castling here, which is not a good idea because bishop here is threatening this and he will obviously lose his rook and will win in exchange, guys. So king f8 is also not good for him, and this is obviously not good. They are destroying their castling option, so that is also not good idea. And pushing g6. G6 is like they will save the pawn, but like they are making plenty of holes on this, and castling is also kind of horrible. After g6, and we'll just castle here on the king side, and we have ideas like bishop g5 and bishop h6 also. There are plenty of options for us. So kind of not good. Bishop g5 threatening here, so they can't maybe not open up this. So this is kind of good idea. Okay, this is knight f6 variation number one. So now we are covering knight f6 variation number two. In this variation, just queen just bring out earlier, now prevent that knight. They will not move the knight. So let's take a look from the beginning of variation number two. Okay, this, and we'll just push this pawn, and we'll just also bring out our queen to defend that pawn and attacking that knight. So here we go again on the same thing. We'll just this time we'll just develop our knight. And okay, in this variation they will try to bring out their bishop and try to make a pin, and we'll just pull out our queen to e4. So they are also making pressure from another bishop there, double pressure on that, but we are defended. Also, we'll also prevent that with b3 pawn, and they are trying to make pin here. So we'll also put the bishop on d2 here. So we are pretty much good and decent position in this position in from the starting, and this is crucial, guys. Here we need to be careful while putting the bishop. We should put the bishop on d2 only, not b2. If we put bishop on like here, where is the move? Okay, let me see, guys. Okay, here is the b2. If you put bishop on d2, they can maybe sacrifice this, and if he takes here, if he takes here with the b pawn, and they have knight a4 attacking this, so we can't save both of the pieces, so we need to give up on one of the pieces. So even though we try to save, like suppose they takes and maybe we take with the bishop and they take here, but they are pawn up technically, so we need to be careful here. So this is the crucial important things. Okay, after bishop d2, they have the option of this take and exchange of option, so we'll just exchange here. After that they might be push on d5 striking on the center, because our queen is like hanging here. We can't do an pass into here, so we'll just bring out our queen back. Then they might take, we'll not take here, will not take here. We are focusing on castling when black can't capture on b3. So black can't capture on b3 because our bishop is like directly attacking that bishop on a6. If they take on b3, we'll just take bishop on a6. So that is the thing, guys. So that is the thing, and we are preparing for castling. We have a pretty much decent position in this, and we are preparing for g3 also, attacking g pawn. Also we have good bishop and active bishop here. Bishop pair is always dangerous, guys. So this is the variation number two. Okay, let's look for variation number three in this video. So we are covering all variation. So okay, in this variation the same thing, the changes from here side. In that previous variation, the queen comes out here, and they are activating their bishop, but in this variation they will fianchetto their bishop here, and we'll also okay, they are trying to fianchetto bishop. We'll just prevent that one because they are fianchetting that bishop, and we'll just putting pressure on that knight. We'll push c5, and if they takes there, we'll take that knight, and obviously they want to save their bishop, and we'll just take, and in this way we are even better in this position. So guys, let's cover another variation now. Variation number 4. This variation okay, after pushing c4 pawn, and we'll just fianchetto our bishop, trying to fianchetto our bishop. Okay, they castle really, and because we can't capture on d5 because our queen is also hanging, so we'll just push the b3, and they are trying to maintain the pressure on e5 pawn, so we'll just fianchetto. Okay, they are even maintaining pressure too much, and we'll just castle. Now we are safe. So in this way, this knight f6 variation, what if we just fianchetto our bishop? This might be the possibility here. They will try to possible, and after this we are kind of safe. So we'll just castle. Mission accomplished. White has lost a pawn, but we are ready to focus. Well, so technically in this game white is pawn down here. So how white is pawn down? Okay, let's look from the start. Okay, so this. So after this, they take with the pawn. If they take with the queen, we'll take with the bishop. So they can't take with the queen. So after they take main line, they play h5, and after that knight f6 are here. So attacking that. So there will be a problem for this guy. They can push this, isn't it? Pushing might be the this option. Least to be a strong attack for white. Okay, if they can push here, also bishop is active on this diagonal, and we have also pushed, so might be some trouble for them. So this is knight f6 variation number 4. So okay, let's look for the last variation. So this is knight f6 variation number 5, guys. So let's look for this last variation. In this variation, okay, accent go same, and we are trying to get our bishop, and go same thing. Okay, what if they take with bishop? Okay, this time they castle king side, but in previous variation they castle to the queen side. So they long castle. So they bring out their rook to making a bad deal. But in this variation, they castle to the king side, and they are flanking. So this makes kind of equal. So we need to take after take. So we have to take. So technically, I think we are pawn down. No, we are not a pawn down. Okay. So technically, I guess we are better in this case, isn't it, guys? So he can't push. Maybe the idea is to support this pawn. So one rook and two pieces are always better than one rook. So I guess we have reached the already mentioned endgame. The theory considers the chances equal, but white is doing well in practice if they follow the right strategy. Yeah, the rook need to be always connected because kind of one rook is not better, isn't it? So because two pieces are there, so if rook work together, might be the I'll white need to put pressure on some black pawn mass because of the we have two power pieces. So this leads to be a good idea. So after this, they can play c6 supporting. Then after knight a4, we are entering this. They will try to make double of this. So we'll just play this because we don't want to this. That might be not a problem, I guess. But we'll just open up our king to run. So stopping rook e2. Yes, rook e2 is the problem here. The engine evaluates the situation as equal, but as interesting endgame is ahead. Following the general outline is okay. So we all cover the knight f6 all variation. So in another videos we will cover bishop c5 variation after like exchange. What if they play bishop c5? This is also very common when I play games on chess.com. This is one of the most common. Rather than that, people play bishop c5. So this variation we will cover on next videos. So thank you for watching the videos till then. Like, share, comment. Hello everyone, welcome to MChess. So guys, in this video we are learning Scotch game bishop c5 all variation guys. We'll cover all variation of bishop c5 in Scotch game. So let's just start the video guys. Okay, simply we'll Scouts game start with e4, e5, and knight f3, knight c6, d4. We'll strike in the center, guys, and after exchange of pawns, we'll just like take with the knight. But in some cases, like knight didn't take here, and like we'll take with the queen. This is not going to happen in some cases. So they will just bring out bishop. They will bring out bishop c5. They will try to double pressure on our knight. So what will we do in these cases? So we are looking for this bishop c5 variation. We'll simply go back. We'll just attack the knight here. Knight b3 is the move, guys. So after that, uh, bishop need to retreat, and bishop b6 is the most common move. Then we'll simply develop our and the knight c3. Then d6 is the common move, as they are trying to activate their light square bishop. Then we'll bring out our queen to e2. So knight g6, they will try to knight g7, trying to castling, and we'll just simply offering them a trade and our trying to castling a queen side. So the castle king side, we just castle queen side. So this is called imbalanced castling, when both teams castle opposite sides. So we'll simply take if they like trying to open up their rook file. Okay, knight x f5. Then we'll simply trade the bishop because they are trying to create double pressure on that bishop. So we'll just take with the a7 pawn. Okay, king to b1 over some checks, and our king is now safe. So this is the first variation of bishop c5. Let's go in some deep unnecessary perplexes covering the a pawn. This way we can make our knight c3 mobilize again. Knight c3, we can knight mobilize knight c3 again. So that is a thing. uh, After this, as outlined before, we want to start expanding on the king side soon. For example, okay, if they play rook to e8, trying to target our queen, we can go queen to d2, and bishop e6 is a good move, and preparing for s3. Okay, we are preparing for s3. So preparing the pawn advance. So we also like to include f4, controlling the e5 square. F4 is also recommending here, controlling like century squares. This is e5 squares. Mm, which is also a good idea. F4 and e5. Mm, nice. We are so covering this square. So we can also push this. We are trying to make some pressure on this side. So this is the first variation, guys. So we'll just look for another variation now of bishop c5. Let's go for the another variation. This is the second variation of bishop c5. e4, e5, and exchange of pawns, and we'll go back here. This is kind of same up to this. So from here we can maybe okay. In previous variation, we just push these pawns and trying to pressurize this and controlling effect. But in this variation, we just go for f3 directly. So let's compare previous variation. What we do in previous variation? Previous variation d6. Okay. Mhm. We castle here. Then they push directly. Mm. So that was the previous variation. Okay, in this variation they put knight here. Knight c3, d6, queen e2, knight is here. King here. Bishop e3, castling, castling, f5. They directly play f5 here. F5 and knight here. So there is the difference. Mm. Queen e2, f6, castling, 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 cast. Bishop, knight c3, d6, knight g6, isn't it? So I guess in the previous variation they directly uh, push. In this variation, sorry, this is the second one. Okay, internet is kind of bit slow, so it is taking so much time. In this variation, they directly go for like rook to e8. After castling, they directly go for rook to e8. In previous variation, after castling, they go for f5 directly. Knight is on the same diagonal, and we go for the exchange, and then they develop knight here, attacking our bishop. Then we exchange bishop. This is the first variation here. In second variation, after castling, they directly rook, and we are f3. F3, we need to cover e4, but it also prepares our attacking play on the king side, a logical continuation. So this is kind of like that. Uh, After bishop e6, then we have g4. We'll just trying to attack on king side. S3 is also here recommending as a strong move here. Preparing f3, f4. Our offensive is dangerous for black. So preparing f3, f4 is a good idea here. F3 is here, f4 is also here, and we are going to push, push, push. So it will make a trouble. So let's look for next one. Okay, this is until there. This is going to be the same. Then in this variation, some changes is here after we bring out. Okay, bishop knight c3 is here. Okay, let's look from the starting. This is the third variation, guys. So exchange, after exchange, we'll just target that knight. In this, they will directly attacking for like checkmate threat. So we'll just go queen e2, just preventing that checkmate and offering a same trade. And we are trying to for the same thing as advancing our as pawns here. So while white has a whole list of good moves, good alternatives are the prophylactic. And b1 to prepare, or f3 to prepare the g pawn to push. f3, f3, g pawn to push, and h pawn. So kinda after takes, we'll just take. Knight g4 is here. Then after this, okay, knight g4, because our pawn just got separated here. So after g3, g4, g5, we can start with the f pawn or h pawn. So that is the thing here. So this is the third variation. So and about fourth variation, let's see. Bishop. Okay, in this also they just go for this, and this is the fourth variation. Okay, let's look for the fifth one. In this variation, a little bit different. We just attack. We'll just not develop knight like bishop on e3 diagonal. We'll just trying to pressurize here. So this is going to be some troublesome idea for black, because we're just weak the king side already. So this is going to be a big trouble here. This is like kind of good one other than variation. Let's look for the sixth variation. I think sixth variation is wholly different. Okay, we go with the same attack again. Okay, in this time they just attack our queen up, and we'll just go back here. This is the that is the kind of counter attack for black. I like that. Okay, let's look for the seventh one. The seventh one, knight d4 exchange. Okay, trying for the same thing, and we'll castle, and this is the opening style. Okay, let's look for the last variation of this bishop c5. Okay. Okay, they play d6. After d6, will play f3. So these are the all variation that will happen if opponent play bishop c5. So I hope this video help you a little bit, guys. If it help you a little bit, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching the video till the end.